You may not believe it, but inside this box, I've got all of the problems holding you back in your journey as a streamer. Do you want to see? In this box, we've got the problems. And in this video, we're going to talk about the solutions. Welcome back to the channel. iTzNerp here. And in this video, we're going to talk about something that I think is very important for us to level set on moving forward so that we can establish a foundation of success that we can build on. We're going to talk about 9 questions that you should be asking yourself as a streamer or content creator to measure success against. I've been seeing so many people in the community clearly not thinking about these things, and it's motivated me to make this video. And looking at the list here, number 6 is going to cut deep for a lot of you. I'm excited to talk about it, but number 6 is going to be tough. And honestly, I'm not even sure I wrote number 9. Before we dive into the questions, I want to give a shout out to a couple of special members of the community. These people are always showing support for others and are truly great examples of what streamers and content creators should look like. Go check them out. They are well worth your time. Teal Shark, Adam, thank you so much for everything you're doing for your communities. You both truly are inspirations, and I'm thankful for everything you've done for me and the example that you've set. If you want a chance to be featured in the next community shout out, be sure to comment below your thoughts on the video and share this video on your Instagram story or Twitter feed and tag me at iTzNerp, you see it right there, at iTzNerp in the post. Don't forget to like and subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you're feeling really froggy, hit that little bell. You'll get notified every time I post a new YouTube video. I'd appreciate it. All right, let's get into what you came here for. Let's get into the 9 questions that you should be asking yourself as a streamer and content creator. I really want you to have a moment of honest reflection with yourself about the things we go through here. I think there's a lot that can come from that. And I think as you put some focus towards these things, it will be to your benefit. Question number 1, am I learning? Something I think that we take for granted on this journey as content creators is the fact that we have so many opportunities to learn so much every day. You could be learning things about social media content creation and how to engage on different platforms. You could be learning about how to be a better streamer and how to engage with chat and how to balance, gameplay with chat and being entertaining. I could go on and on. I can make an entire video. I probably should make an entire video about the things that you should be learning, the things you could be learning on this journey, but it's such a valuable piece. If you are learning, if you can look at yourself and say, over the last day, week, month, here's a list of all the things I know I've learned, that's success. I'd really love you to comment below something you've learned or a resource that you found extremely helpful in assisting you in your learning. I'd love to engage with you in that conversation. Question number 2, am I consistent? That's a really, really important one. Being consistent. Whatever it is that you're doing, there's a level of consistency that you need to bring to being engaged on social platforms, creating content for those platforms, whatever they may be, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you're a streamer, being consistent with your engagement with your community, with other communities, with your streaming platform of choice, with actually streaming. But being consistent is so critically important. It's like going to the gym. On one hand, you could go to the gym for 6 hours a day, one day, and I guarantee you at the end of that 6 hours, you're not going to be in shape. And I see a lot of streamers and content creators taking that type of approach where they have like a blitz of content or a blitz of streams, and then they don't do anything for a month. Just like with the gym analogy, if you have that blitz of content or that blitz of activity and then there's nothing for a long period of time, you're not going to gain the traction that you want to gain. But if you go to the gym every day for 15 minutes, I can't tell you exactly what day it is that you're going to get in shape, but I guarantee you if you do that for 6 months, you're going to get in shape. If you're being consistent, you're taking a positive step on your journey. Question number 3, am I meeting new people? That's really important. Are you meeting new people? If you're meeting new people and if you're building relationships with folks in your community, with other communities, that's a really positive step that you need to be continually taking on your journey. Are you meeting new people that are bringing value to your life, to what you're trying to do? And are you imparting your own value on new people? Question number 4. Are my expectations realistic? Is your expectation that you should be the next ninja in 6 months? Because if you're just starting out, that's in no way, shape, or form realistic. That's probably not ever realistic. No matter how much work you put in, that's a very special and unique scenario that may not be replicated again. But nonetheless, are your expectations realistic? You've got to be grounded in realistic expectations for what you need to do, what your journey is, and what your journey can be. And you've got to understand that if your goal is to make this content creation and or streaming thing your full-time gig, that is going to require a tremendous amount of effort, patience, perseverance, and you got to understand that up front and be willing to put that in. It is going to take a long time to do that. And having realistic expectations around what your growth and what the journey could look like, being grounded in that is going to be critical to you finding success. Question number 5, a really obvious one, but a super important one. Am I happy? Am I happy? You should be happy on this journey. You should be happy doing these things. And I bring this up because I see so many people, it feels like they are begrudgingly posting content on social platforms or streaming or working on creating YouTube content, and they're doing it against their will or something. I see so many people that is the appearance. That is what I'm observing, and it makes no sense. Happiness trumps everything. It matters not at all about a follower, a viewer, a subscriber, donations, revenue. If you're happy, if you're doing something that truly brings you joy, that is the most important thing in the world. And if you're not happy, you need to evaluate if it's, I'm just not happy in this moment. I'm kind of going through a funky spell, right? Like that happens. There are certain days or weeks or months that, things are just a little off. I mean, hell, it's 2020. It's kind of an off year for all of us. It's kind of a weird time. If you're truly unhappy with what you're doing and you don't want to do it anymore, don't do it. But if you're happy, none of the other stuff matters. If you're happy, you're doing the right thing and you are well on your way to success. Question number 6. And this is the one I've been waiting on. This is the one I said it would cut deep for a lot of you. And again, going back to the honest reflection, I want you to really ask yourself if you're in this place or if you've been in this place, and we need to figure out how we can get out of it. The question is, am I hung up on the numbers? If you're hung up on the numbers, I want you to comment below and admit your guilt. And I want to start a conversation with how we can get ourselves not hung up on the numbers. And I want to be clear about what I mean when I say hung up on the numbers. There's a difference between being aware of the numbers, and the numbers we're talking about here are viewers, followers, subscribers. There's a difference in being aware of those numbers and those numbers actually driving how we feel about what we're producing and what we're doing. I see so many people taking it as far as having low viewership or low engagement on social platforms. Actually, people turning that into feelings of questioning their self-worth, a lot of self-doubt creeping in, and completely destroying self-esteem. We can't get to that point. We can't be hung up on the numbers. If you're not hung up on the numbers, you are well on your way to success, because all of the people that you would deem as successful, they were aware of the numbers, the ongoing feelings of self-doubt and feelings that they're not good enough or they're not worthy enough to do the things they want to do. Those were not consistent feelings and emotions from these people. They persevered through times of low subscriptions, low viewership, because they loved what they were doing. They found joy in it. They were learning. They were doing all the things we're talking about today. They were consistent. They weren't hung up on the numbers. You cannot be hung up on the numbers. Worry about creating quality content. That's the most important thing. Question number 7. Am I having fun? You should be having fun. It's not fun all the time, but it should be fun a lot of the time. You should be doing things that you're enjoying. You should be playing games. If you're streaming, you should be playing games that you enjoy playing. You shouldn't be playing a game that you don't enjoy just because you believe it'll bring in viewers, or it's a perfectly niched game that not too many people are playing, but not too few people are playing, and it should get the right number of people, and I'm going to play it. You shouldn't be creating content for social platforms, for YouTube, that you don't enjoy or you don't feel passionate about. It should be fun. Are you having fun? If you are, you're doing something right. Keep doing it. Question number 8. And this is one I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on. I'd love for you to comment below if you're still here on the video with me. First of all, thank you very much. I appreciate you hanging out. I hope you're finding value from this. But question number 8, I want you to comment below and let me know what you think. Am I being authentically me? And what I want you to comment below and tell me is, do you think that actually matters? Because I could see someone making the argument to say that there have been certain people in the streaming and content creation world that have found success through this kind of alter ego, other personality that's not truly authentically themselves, and they've still found success. So being authentically me, but I think this is really critical. It's a question you have to ask yourself. Through being authentically yourself, you're going to build real relationships with people. And those real relationships are what give you joy, happiness, fulfillment over the long term. That's what we want to build here. We want to build real relationships with people in real communities. And the best way to do that is by being authentically yourself. Tell people what you like. Tell people what you don't like. Be who you are, and understand that not everyone's going to like who you are. And that's okay. If you're being authentically yourself, that is a huge indicator of success in my book. And question number 9, last but certainly not least, and I feel confident that this is one I feel confident I will do another video strictly on this question right here, on this topic here, because I think it's really, really important. And the question is, am I actively valuing the community I have? It's important language there. It is so easy to get caught up in obtaining whatever that next thing is that we want, whether it be the next follower, the next subscriber, the next person to view your YouTube video or comment on something on a social platform of yours. It's so easy to get caught up in trying to get that next thing, and we oftentimes neglect what we already have, right? And that's an analogy you can apply to a lot of things in your life. But are you actively valuing the community you have? If you're doing that, good for you. You need to keep doing that. You need to double down in that area. If you're not doing that, again, I want you to be honest with yourself. Are you thanking the people that are following you, that are engaging with your content? Are you sending people random DMs, checking in on how they're doing, just thanking them for being a part of the community? Are you actually engaging with their content? Or are you just on the grind, again, to get the next thing? If you're focusing only on getting the next follower, the next subscriber, and you're neglecting the community you have, that is the fastest way to ensure that you will not grow. It is 2020, and people are giving you their time and attention, which, by the way, in the world we live in today, is the most valuable asset they could give you. If you're streaming, there are millions, literally millions of streamers every month on these platforms trying to grab people's attention. And someone decided to come to your stream. There are millions of people on social platforms creating content. And someone decided to engage with your content. If you're going to neglect that, you're missing the boat. So I want you to be honest with yourself about how you're valuing the community that you have, and I challenge you to double down on that. If you can answer yes to most of these questions, you are probably far more successful than you're giving yourself credit for. If you found this video valuable at all, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I made another video on tips to reaching Twitch affiliate quickly in 2020. It should be right around here somewhere on your screen. If you're on that journey, go check out that video. I got some good stuff for you there. Links also in the description below. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And remember, friends, patience wins.